The court notified me that my final decree of divorce has been approved by the judge. I know that it sucks being alone. I come home and I'm alone. I go everywhere alone. I don't hardly talk to him anymore. I don't blame him. I filed for the divorce. So I'm sure people are wondering, well, you filed. Why are you so upset?
Do you want to know the moment when she really realizes how much she lost in you? It's not when she leaves. It's not once divorce papers are filed. It's not when the divorce is finalized. It's when she realizes you're actually happier now. It's when she realizes you've moved on. You're fine. Not only are you fine, you're thriving. She sees it. She definitely feels it. Let's talk about why. She thought you would crumble. She broke you during the marriage. She broke you during the divorce, or at least she tried to. She thought you were still a broken man. You would chase, you would beg, you would compromise again. At the very least, she thought she would still have control over you, even if it was from a distance. But look who's falling apart now, and look who's rising. You. She now realizes how much she's lost. And yes, she regrets it. Stick around, because in this message, I'm going to tell you why. Weren't you the love of her life? Weren't you this great, wonderful guy when you were dating? And yet the story with these women online always seems to be, you were great, and then you morphed into a monster, according to her. She just couldn't take it anymore. You were toxic. You were narcissistic. You were controlling, to the point that she had to leave you. How can this always be these women's story? You see it all day long on social media. You start to wonder if a memo went out to all these women, because they all have the same script in their videos on social media. I was the long-suffering wife. He was toxic. He was a man-child. And I just had to divorce him. Is it just me, or do they always have the same story? And for the love of God, why do these women feel it is okay for them to go on social media and post these videos with intimate details about their marriages, about their divorces? First, they're strong and independent. They're going to leave their man, and the grass is going to be greener, and life is going to be just fantastic. And then, of course, you see the progression of these videos and social media where things did not quite turn out as she thought they were going to be. And life is a hell of a lot worse now without you, her husband. See, she thought she was the prize. She thought you'd be broken, you'd be hopeless without her. Your world, your happiness was dependent on her being in your life. She blew up her life by leaving you. Now she's miserable, and she realizes how much she lost in you. And what really makes her angry is you're not miserable too. That eats her alive. What she sees is baffling to her. You're rebuilding. You're rising. You're actually thriving. You're rebuilding a great new life. And it doesn't include her. You're crafting a new life now with focus and purpose. And that does not sit well with her, because her life is not going well. See, she was perfectly fine when she was putting you through hell. She was perfectly fine when you were suffering, when you were broken, when you were beaten down. But now there's been a reversal. She's the one who is alone. She's the one who is worried. She's the one who's anxious. Panic has set in because she realizes you're gone. It's baffling to her. She remembers the old version of you, the guy that doesn't exist anymore. Tired, broken, mentally and emotionally beaten down by her. She left that guy, and that's who she thinks you still are. But you're not. You've moved on to craft your ideal life now post-divorce. You're stronger and more resilient because of the position that she put you in. You had to be strong and resilient because of what she put you through. But now is when she realizes she cannot replace a good man like you. That's what stings her the most. She thinks to herself, he's building a great new life without me. That was not how things were supposed to play out. My ex-wife walked in one Thursday morning and announced she was moving out that weekend. And by Sunday afternoon, she had packed the house and she was gone. Within 2 years, I had divorced her, walked away completely scot-free, and started rebuilding my new life. I found myself again. I found the strong, resilient man that had been beaten down by years of conflict. About 6 months after she had walked out on me, though, I was literally driving down the road when it occurred to me. She did me a favor. You no longer have to deal with her chaos, her drama. You no longer have to put up with her moods, her complaining, her criticism, her contempt. The peace that you gained post-divorce is worth way more than the miserable life you were living in your marriage to her. Peace is your prize. You have it, and she doesn't. And this is only the beginning of your transformation. There comes a moment when the grief and the loss that you feel from your divorce shifts to anger. Anger that fuels you. It's your motivation moving forward. You stop replaying the memories of your marriage. You stop replaying the pain that you've been through. And you start truly focusing on rebuilding your life again post-divorce. You actually think to yourself, she left. Good. I no longer have to simply exist in a miserable marriage. I'm free. See, we men, we're built for adversity. We're built to handle stress and challenges. There comes a point where you decide, I'm rebuilding my life. Failure is not an option. I'm not going to be denied the peace and happiness I deserve. Most women aren't built that way. Your ex-wife, she may be resilient, but she's nowhere near as resilient as you are as a man. You've turned the pain and the trauma that you've been through into motivation. You're hitting the gym. You're getting more disciplined in every area of your life. You're fixing your finances that were drained by her. You rebuilt your confidence again. You sacrificed and compromised for her for years, and it was draining the life out of you. Her leaving, your divorce, hurts you, but now you're free. And that same freedom scares the hell out of her, because now she has to go it alone without you. Let's talk about respect. She never respected you when you were tired, when you were exhausted, when you were drained from working your arse off for her and for the home. She never respected the sacrifices and the compromises that you made year after year. Just the opposite. She told you you weren't doing enough. She wanted more. But now You respect yourself again. You look in the mirror and you like the man looking back at you because you've established strong boundaries. You limit who gets access to your life. And that's what really bothers her now. Not only does she not have access to you anymore, she doesn't have control over you anymore. She now realizes what she lost because of the standards that you've established in your life post-divorce. First and foremost, you know your worth. For years, you were seen as less than, as secondary to her. Now, anyone who does not recognize your worth does not have access to your life. Second, protecting your peace. Anyone who disrupts the peace you have now is removed from your life and they no longer have access. Third, you're disciplined. After years of living in chaos, first in your marriage, then through the divorce, you've become a disciplined man again in every area of your life, which segues to number 4, purpose. You now have a purpose for your life moving forward. You are now crafting the ideal life that you want, a life you don't have to explain or ask someone else's permission for. And last, you'll never beg someone to stay ever again. If she left the first time, she would do it again. You're fine with that now. If someone doesn't want to stay in your life, I wish you the best. Your ex-wife sees your calm. She sees the new strength in you. She sees the emotional steadiness. You're not bitter, you're not angry, and you're certainly not broken. You don't need her approval, her attention, or her presence. She's irrelevant to you now, and she knows it. As you rise, as you thrive moving forward, her regret increases. You see these women on social media posting their videos about intimate details about their marriage and then their subsequent divorce and then their regrets, sharing intimate details about their lives that they should never be sharing to complete strangers on the internet in the first place. Look at everything that you have overcome, or maybe you're in the process of overcoming. Sleepless nights, self-doubt, financial hits, fear of losing your kids, fear of what you will experience in family court. And through all that, you didn't quit. You're resilient. You have a resilience and a fortitude that she didn't expect. You have a resilience and a fortitude that she can't comprehend. She thought she'd be happier without you. She had convinced herself in her mind you were the problem. Now you're divorced and you've gone your separate ways. You're thriving and she's miserable. She now realizes she blew up the good life she had. And you know what comes next, right? The random text, the random phone call. Hey, how are you doing? How are things with you? Maybe she brings up a memory. Hey, you remember when we went to the mountains for the weekend? Or maybe she says, I was just thinking about you. You know, I really want the best for you. No, she doesn't. If her life was truly better without you, if her life was truly better post-divorce, you wouldn't even be on her mind. She's reaching out because she wants attention, validation. She wants to see if she still has any relevance in your life. Does she still have access into your life? You're better than she remembers. You're better than she deserved. Your story isn't about her anymore. It's about you. And that is a wonderful feeling. You have peace now. And the peace that you now have post-divorce is worth way more than what you lost with her. Your source of stress, it's been removed from your life. You're sleeping better. Meals taste better. Your home is a sanctuary again where you have peace. You're not tense anymore. Your stomach is not tied up in knots. You're not bracing for the next argument. You can breathe again. You are no longer living in survival mode. Now, you have peace of mind, and she doesn't. She now realizes truly what she lost in you, but that's her problem, not yours. If this message resonated with you, do me a favor. Hit like, comment your thoughts below, subscribe to the channel, join Resilient Man Community. The channel is growing, and I just want to say thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you watching and joining the community. Share it with another guy who needs to hear this message as well. These two messages, you'll find of value as well. Know your worth. Protect your peace.